Someone doesn't deserve you, and they know it. Yes, sir. Let me say it louder. For my chosen ones in the back. Listen, family, someone doesn't deserve you, and they know it. I need somebody to drop in the comments and say, you don't deserve me. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say you don't deserve me. Now, this is what I want y'all to understand. Although this is going to be geared more so towards friendships, relationships, of course, marriages. This can also go for a job. It can go for a business. All right. So be open minded, and also whatever glove fits for you, wear it. Right? Whatever glove fits for you, wear it. Okay. But with that being said, y'all, let's just speak on it for a second. What does it mean when a person don't deserve you? Right? Does it mean that you're better than them? Does it mean that they're not qualified? Does it mean that y'all are not aligned together? Does it mean that y'all are unequally yoked? Y'all answer that down below in the comments, and I'll give y'all my definition. What I mean by when a person don't deserve me or deserve my presence, I simply mean that a person does not appreciate, value, and understand who I am, not as a man, but just as a person in that partnership, relationship, or friendship. Okay? They underappreciate, undervalue, and don't understand who I am as a person to this partnership, relationship, or situation, whatever the case is. That's what I mean. Because when a person truly deserves you, they understand your value. Even if they don't understand you, they have empathy to try to understand you. Even if they dislike you at a time, the love never goes anywhere, and they're trying to figure out, how can I get back to liking you? Because I don't want to throw away something so great and so amazing for something that's so small. Right? A lot of times, y'all, we make small situations bigger situations. Make sense of what I'm saying, y'all? So ultimately, when a person don't deserve you, they're not trying to put in the work. They're not trying to help. They're not trying to make things work. They're not trying to get to the next level. They're not trying to go over the hump. Most times, y'all, a person who don't deserve you says it's my way or the highway. Right? Somebody drop in the comments and say, that won't work. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say that won't work. So in my mind, y'all, when I say they don't deserve you, I'm never saying that you're better than anybody. There may be things that you are better than, but there's no person, I don't care how much you have, how much they have, how less you have, or how less they have, you're not better than nobody, right? There's billionaires who got more money than everybody in the world, but they can't buy your heart, right? And there's people who are homeless individuals on the street, but they got some of the biggest hearts that's worth more than $1 billion. So it's not about you or another person being better or unqualified, you being unqualified and they're better. It's about a person recognizing the value that you bring to the situation. They are appreciating you for who you are. And they actually want to understand you to move forward and be able to grow with you. And if a person is not willing to do that, they don't deserve you. Simple as that, right? But with that being said, y'all, we're going to cook in this video. Probably y'all going to be one of my realest videos I made closer to the end of this year. Just being honest, all right? But let's get right into it. Number one, y'all, make sure y'all leave a thumbs up on this video, as well as subscribe to the channel. Yes, sir. Not only that, y'all, but y'all be sure to ring my bell so you can be notified after every single video I post. And yes, y'all, clearly, all right, it's the second video of today, but I got that bug in me, y'all. And so we're going to go ahead and get directly into it. But let's do it, y'all. Number one, first thing is first, why they don't deserve you, all right? You bring much more to the table than they do, okay? You bring much more to the table than they do. See, I believe, y'all, in the culture, we have been lied to think that money is equivocated to this thought or ideology, right? We think that money is equivocated to this thought or ideology. Well, let's take money out of it, right? I don't want to speak about money. Listen, y'all, we need some money now, but let's get away from the money for a second, just for a little bit. What I mean by this, y'all, is that maybe you bring more peace to the situation than they do. Maybe you bring more understanding to the situation than they do. Maybe you bring more willingness to change and willingness to grow and willingness to compromise and willingness to communicate with comprehension more than they do, right? You see how money don't have anything to do with that? In the culture, they try to make it seem like he who has the money and he who has the bag makes the rules, right? I naturally believe that a man leads regardless of money or not, right? A household. In the hierarchy, it goes God, man, woman, kids, right? So it's not about a man having the money or even a woman having the money, right? But what is your value and what do you actually bring to the table? Yeah. Let's step outside the man. Let's talk about the woman. What are you bringing to the table as a woman? Is it peace? Is it understanding? Is it kindness? Is it love? Is it you being able to pour into your man when he's at his lowest? Is it you being able to recognize when he don't have anything else in his tank? I was speaking about this the other day. I said that I used to think that a marriage or relationship was 50-50, and then it turned me on to the fact of believing it should be 100-100, right? Somebody may say, well, Rena, where were you when you was thinking it was 50-50? That was when I was much younger. That was when I was sold on the fact that I'm going to do my half, I'm going to do my part, you do your part, you do your half, right? We all were sold on it, okay? But I grew and said, no, you got to do 100% on your behalf and 100% on her behalf. But then I grew a little bit more and I said, no, it's 110%, 110%, right? 110% plus 110%, okay? And what that means is on certain days when she can only give 90, I got that extra 10% to add to it. On certain days when I can only give 90, she got that extra 10% and that get us through it. Some days I just may not have it. Guess what? She got 110. She can supplement and vice versa. Reno, what are you saying right now? When a person is willing to bring that to the table, now we got a relationship. Now we got a marriage. Now we have a partnership. Somebody has to be willing to sacrifice more at some point in time in the relationship. All right. And it's not always the man. It's not always the woman. Somebody has to be willing to carry the load when this person don't, and when this person can't, and when this person don't have it, and vice versa. So the point is, y'all, is that some people don't deserve you because they're not willing to fight when you can't. They're not willing to give when you can't. They're not willing to do more when you can only provide less, male or female. Okay, so outside of the money, this is about all the money that all the things that money cannot buy. This is about all the things that money cannot buy. Now, obviously, y'all, we can factor in money, of course. All right. People got to pay their way and people just can't live for free. Okay. And whatever agreement y'all have or whatever works for y'all works for y'all. But the point is that you can't be the only one bringing all the effort, all the energy, all the emotion, all the love, all the time. And they're giving you bare minimum, right? Somebody drop in the comments and say, I don't accept bare minimum. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say, I don't accept bare minimum. So, yes, family, when you bring much more to the table than they do, yeah, they don't deserve you. And they know it, right? And they don't have anything to do with money, right? A little bit, but, y'all, it's all about the things that money can't buy. Number 2 is going to be this right here, y'all. You are undervalued and underappreciated. You are undervalued and underappreciated, right? If you've been feeling unappreciated, drop in the comments and say, I've been feeling unappreciated, right? If you've been feeling this, y'all, if you've been feeling this way, make sure you drop in the comments and say, I've been feeling underappreciated. Whether this is underappreciated on your job, unappreciated in your relationship or marriage, unappreciated within the friendship, unappreciated by the world, right? Drop that down below in the comments because it's really good to vocalize that so we can get out of that spirit and begin to feel appreciated by ourselves and begin to feel appreciated and valued by ourselves, right? But let's just talk about it for a second. It's a running back by the name of Saquon Barkley. I forgot the team he played with. I think he played with the LA Rams. I could be all off. Or maybe the NY Giants. I can't remember. Real football players know. Football player fans know. Drop in the comments and let me know, of course. But he played for another team, right? And they cut him. He became a free agent. The Eagles actually picked him up, right? Now, that team who had cut him undervalued him and underappreciated him, right? Let me say it once again. They undervalue him and they underappreciated him, right? He wasn't getting carries like that. And the ladies on this video may be lost a little bit, but y'all bear with me. Y'all, it's going to come all around full circle, y'all, full circle. But understand what I'm saying. He wasn't getting carries like that. They wasn't valuing him the way that he was supposed to be valued. And they didn't really appreciate him, at least I believe. So it looked like his production was terrible, but they did not put him in position to produce. Okay? And so another team seeing his value, the Eagles. He went on to win a Super Bowl with the Eagles, and he played phenomenal last year, by the way, right? He played phenomenal. But he went to a place to where he was valued and appreciated, right? This is why you hear a lot of people say, don't go to where you are tolerated, go to where you are celebrated. Y'all know me. I don't have to be celebrated, but I still subscribe to that same, thought and belief. I get it. But what I'm saying is that you want to be in a position to where you are appreciated and you are valued, to where you are able to, show your true potential. And he did just that. And so the point is, y'all, that other team did not deserve him. Not only did they not deserve him, but they was hindering his process, his success, and his prosperity. As soon as he switched over to another team, he literally got a ring. Ladies, don't that sound familiar? Sometimes you can be with a man who don't deserve you, and he's hindering you from getting the ring. Fellas, sometimes you can be with a woman who don't deserve you, and you are being hindered from being with the true queen of your dreams in your life, right? Because you have someone who's stopping you from getting that, wasting your time, a pure hindrance. Reno, what are you saying right now? When people undervalue you and underappreciate you, they don't deserve you because they're stopping your growth. They're hindering you from getting to what God has for you. They're hindering you from getting to your destiny. They're hindering you from getting to what was rightfully owed to you. All right? Somebody drop in the comments and say, you can't stop me. Number 3 is going to be this right here, y'all. Very important. They take your time for granted. They take your time for granted. Somebody drop in the comments and say, my time is valuable. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say my time is valuable. I don't care who you are. I don't care where you are, what you do. Don't allow nobody to take advantage of your time or take your time for granted, all right? So, for instance, all the way down to a cosmetologist, right? This woman, most time is women, I'm going to say it like that, but it can be male cosmetologists. But however, this woman or male, they will charge you a deposit, right? Just to secure your spot. I'm not saying it's wrong. This is business 101. When I get my hair cut, right, by my barber, guess what? He charged me a deposit. You got to go ahead and pay for it. And guess what? Even if you're late, I'm going to go ahead and put that late fee up on there. You see what I'm saying? So people don't want their time to be played with, right? And if a barber make you pay for playing with their time, if a cosmetologist make you pay for playing with their time, why shouldn't you make anybody else pay for playing with your time? Meaning, you don't got time to waste. Your love is valuable. The things that you are giving people, such as your understanding, your effort, your energy, even your resources, it's valuable. And when people play with your time and they begin to take your time for granted, they really don't deserve you. because time is precious, right? What thought process were they in to think that it was okay to play with your time? And that thought process is the problem right there, right? Was it that you didn't think I was valuable enough? Was it that you didn't think that, I was going to call you out on it or have a conversation with you about it? What? Listen, y'all, I love this quote, but fear is stronger than love. Okay? Fear is stronger than love. When a person owe Big Worm, $1,000 or even $100 and owe their mom and owe their dad $100 or $1,000, who you think they're going to pay? They going to pay Big Worm who threatened to kill him? Or they going to pay mom or dad, who loves them? No, they're going to pay Big Worm because they are afraid of Big Worm. Fear is stronger than love. Always remember that. And so with that being said, if you ain't going to play with Big Worm time, don't play with my time just because you feel like I love you or you love me or I'm going to be all right. Value a person's time. It does not matter how long you've been with them. It does not matter how much you've talked to them. It does not matter how much you think you know them. None of that matters. Value their time. My mom gonna bake me some pecan pies, right? I'm being transparent with y'all. My mom gonna bake me some pecan pies, and I know she'll do it for me for free. But I said, Mama, I'll still pay you $40, $40, $50 just for that. Because if I can pay for somebody else's time or support somebody else's business, I can do it for my mama. I don't care. So what I'm trying to get y'all to realize is that never allow them to take your time for granted. And if they're taking your time for granted, meaning the time you're spending to have a conversation with them, the time you're spending to get to understand and know them, the time you are spending to take them out for dinners, or the time that you are spending to do great and amazing and fun things, just spending time with them, period. If they are taking it for granted, they don't deserve you. Point blank, period. Number 4 is going to be this right here, y'all. They work against you and not with you, okay? They work against you and not with you. So this right here is going to go just like this, y'all. I'm going to say it just like this. Whenever a person is pulling the worst out of you and they know what triggers you, they know what hurts you, they know what your traumas are, and they know what pulls that evilness out of you. We're going to keep it real. Everybody have a demon that they're running from. Everybody got something evil on the inside of them. I don't care how powerful. I don't care how positive. I don't care how dangerous. I don't care what you say. Everybody is fighting demons. It's about how well you fight them off. Okay? And so if you have this person who knows that you're trying to stop smoking cigarettes, but they still keep bringing cigarettes around you, and they know that that's going to get you to that point that you're trying to run away from, or it's going to get you to that place that you're just afraid to go back to, this person is working against you and not with you. Yeah. If somebody knows that you're trying to stay out the streets, but they keep bringing street stuff around you and showing it to you on their phone and bringing it to your attention, they're not working with you. They're working against you. See, a person who's working with you says, no. You trying to do this. You trying to do that. You trying to get better. I ain't going to bring it around you. And even if they forget, they going to pop themselves on their own hand. Not literally, but say, man, I forgot. My bad, brother. My bad, sister. Right? What I'm saying is, y'all, it's not intentional. When people are working against you and not with you, this is clearly an enemy, an immature person, or someone who's straight up unaware. And either or, it's a detriment to your future, period. So yes, this is why they don't deserve you, and they know it. Simply because they are working against you and not with you. The last example I give on this as well, too, I know the ladies will understand this, but if you with a man, he knows that you're battling insecurities. Why would he think it's smart to compliment other women? Why would he think that it's smart to, tell you that you're ugly or tell you that, baby, you're gaining weight without saying it in a crafty and intelligent way? There's other ways of how you can say it without saying it nasty, right? Just doing things that work against your insecurities, talking to women in front of your face and overly flirting and being overly friendly. You get what I'm saying, y'all? This is what you want to stay away from. People who work against you and not with you. You know I got insecurities, uncertainties. You know I got certain traumas that I'm trying to work on. Okay? I'm trying to work on them. If you're working against me and not with me, then we're not compatible. Point blank, period. Number 5, the way you feel causes arguments. The way you feel causes arguments. This is huge, all right? Because what happens is when you get to a point where you are expressing how you feel, you are expressing what bothers you, you are expressing what's an issue for you, you are expressing what your experience has been with them, right? If it turns into a well, you shouldn't feel that way because I don't do that. Or if it turns into a, see, you got problems, you got insecurities. If it turns into a manipulating, gaslighting situation, this person clearly does not deserve you, for sure. Because what's happening is they are starting to push those buttons and it's going to trigger you. See, you wasn't mad at first, but now I am because you keep saying either A, something is wrong with me. When I'm telling you that, hey, the things you're doing to me is causing me to feel this way. How is it that I can be the problem when I am expressing that what you're doing is causing a problem for me? This is where we dive into toxicity, right? Maybe even narcissism, okay? People who are not taking accountability for their actions and they're too prideful to say, hey, I apologize, without making you feel bad, okay, in the process. Because some people say, I apologize, but it wasn't even meant to be taken like that. But I apologize though. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I ain't even mean it like that. So you shouldn't even be feeling that way. But I'm sorry though. It's like a sarcastic apology. Okay. All because you express the way you feel, it's causing a major argument. That's an issue in a friendship, on a job, with a marriage, a relationship. That is an issue. If I can't talk to you reasonably, just like you can talk to me reasonably, and I don't get mad and tell you that you shouldn't feel this way, then we shouldn't have no problem, right? We shouldn't be together. If I am not able to express myself the way that you are able to express yourself, then we should not be together, or we need to see some seriously counseling, therapy, or something that's going to cause a mutual ground. But the point that I am saying, y'all, is that in my opinion, a person does not deserve you when you expressing how you feel begins to cause arguments, because now what it's doing is pulling the worst out of you. Now what it's doing is making you suffer in silence, right? Now what it's doing is making you hold back from expressing how you feel because you're trying to save how they feel and save face for them when they are the ones who's causing you to feel hurt and feel in pain. Suffering in silence is real, right? Somebody drop in the comments and say, I refuse to suffer in silence, right? Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say, I refuse to suffer in silence. But with that being said, y'all, that's going to conclude this video, all right? Let's do a recap and then we'll get up out of here. But number 1, you bring much more to the table than they do. Number 2, undervalued and unappreciated. This is how you feel. Number 3, they take your time for granted. Number 4, they work against you and not with you. And number 5, y'all, the way you feel causes arguments, all right? With that being said, family, y'all already know how we do. Make sure you go over to the Rich Mentality Academy, join the membership, go meet your tribe. Of course, y'all, be sure to book a one-on-one session with your boy. If you would like to talk to me directly, one-on-one with your situations, whatever it is, be sure to get a book, all right? Whether it's Rich Mentality, Fairly Unequal, Traumatized by Love, 8 Steps to Self-Publishing a Successful Book, whichever one is good for you, y'all, get one of those books, and of course, be sure to get you a Yes Sir t-shirt. But I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. Keep a rich mentality. Peace.